Good evening and welcome to round 3 of the Futsal Supa-Liga WA, coming live to you from Perth Modern in Subiaco. Tonight we've got a cracking matchup lined up. Internationale Perth sitting in second on the table up against Stirling Braza Ginga, who currently sit in 5th. These two sides know each other well. The last time they met, into a dominant, cruising to a 5-1 victory. The Stirling will be eager to show how far they've come since then. Both teams come in off the back of impressive wins last week into putting on a statement performance. The 4-1 win over last season's champions Cambio Cumbre, whilst Braza hit their stride in a 5-2 victory over South Perth Alliance. It's all set up to be a high-intensity encounter, and just taking a look at how both teams line up tonight. For Stirling Braza Ginga, JP Page starts in goal. Nicholas Canast alongside him, the number 7. Oslin Escobar, the number 8. Joshua Ban, number 11. And returning to the side is Wesley Vanegas, the number 16. On the bench, Jaden Wu, the number 5. Fabio Cordova, the number 35. Juan James, the number 26. Strawin Burner, the number 6, and Raul Pereira, the number 2. And for Internationale, it's Daniel Famato starting in net, the number 77, and Marja Hell, the number 3. Shares Houston wearing the captain's armband, wearing the number 4. Nishan Alagoda, who's featured in both editions of the Team of the Week this season, wearing 87. And finally, Chandra Mohan Nagendran, the number 8, running out the starting lineup. Subs for the Hawks, Danilo Neves, the number 85, Kai Landa, the number 9, Amirali Uzimi, the number 76, Michael DeFilippis, the number 74, Nathan Govis, the backup keeper, the number 2, Lukman Syed, the number 7. And joining me in commentary tonight is Ben Pizzuto. Ben, great to have you alongside me. We're looking forward to a fantastic game.
Thanks, John. Yep, absolutely. Very excited for this one. Two teams coming off a win, looking to add to that this week. And what an opportunity there, saved by Formato. But two very impressive wins by both of these teams. Inter defeating Cumbre last week, Cambio Cumbre 4-1, and Braza overcoming a 2-0 deficit last week against South Perth to take that one. And I'll be faced with a big challenge tonight, John.
Yeah, indeed. Internationale Perth, they were so formidable last season, going all the way to the grand final unbeaten, but ultimately stumbled at the final hurdle. But they've had a perfect start to the summer campaign, 2 statement victories, and when you factor into what Cambio Cumbre produced tonight, a 10-1 victory over Furia, that 4-1 defeat at the hands of Inter last week, all the more impressive feat for them. And a sideline ball to come for Stirling. No real chances in the game so far for either side, but Joshua Ban just standing over this set piece. Oslin Escobar retrieving the ball. Lays it off for Ban. Finds himself in the centre to Vanegas. Twisting and turning and firing off an effort. They're just going behind Famato's post. Famato short to Jahel's feet. Now it's Alagoda, looks for the diagonal pass. Escobar read it well. Alagoda, Jahel across to Houston. Alagoda on it once more, trying to take Ban down the line, and does. Leaves the ball behind, but falls fortuitously to Nagendran. Jahel in a tight squeeze with Escobar being put under real pressure now. Evades the challenge and manages to maintain possession. Alagoda's ball down the line, off the foot of Ban and out for a sideline possession. Jahel comes in the centre to receive. Knocks it out wide to Houston. Finds Nagendran, first time ball, and Jahel with the effort. Wasn't far away. Page relieved to see that one go wide. As Raul Pereira On now for Stirling. Escobar, the first substitute of the match. Pereira getting involved in the action immediately. Good ball through to Vanegas, who tests down Famato out down low, but he's proved to be reliable and sends it out for a sideline ball. Pereira leaves it for Canas to take, as Stirling will look to orchestrate a set play from the training ground, you'd think. Upfield it comes to Ban. Pereira makes some space for a shot. It was blocked off Ngendren's boot. Vanegas, chip ball forward by Ban. Vanegas holds up against a couple of defenders and almost managed to find a way through. But nevertheless, will take the sideline ball. No left footers on the court for Stirling. Perhaps Pereira will look to cut in on the right. He does, switches play. Ban. Vanegas. And it will be an inter ball as they make their first two substitutes. Lukman Syed comes on with Michael DeFilippis. Jahel and Ngendren make way. Houston out left to DeFilippis. Ball down the line to Syed, who scored a good goal last week in testing page early, but that one was comfortable for the WA State keeper. That's good feet from Pereira. Found the nutmeg, but couldn't keep it in play. Ball back to Dan Famato in the inter goal.
Famato brings it in through to Alagoda. Houston, Captain Ches Houston out. They'll move the ball forward here. Alagoda's got it back. Well defended there by Josh Ban. Been a very intense start to this one. Both teams looking to get that first goal. It's so crucial in a game like this. That ball's going to get through, and Syed sails it high and wide. But an opportunity there, which Braza won't want to let happen again. A bit of a defensive lapse for Mato. Alagoda under pressure there. That's well defended there by Braza. That was Jaden Oy. That's ruled a Stirling Braza Ginga ball. Oy out to Vanegas. Backwards to Ban. We found Oy again. Ban almost was going to let that go. Decides to take it. Gives it to Vanegas, pressed high. And it's going to go sailing straight past everyone. As you see, Danilo Neves has had his first impact on the game with that stronger bit of defense. Almost that ball getting through to Syed. Cleared out by Braza's defense. And it will be an inter-Perth ball in a dangerous position. No goals to start this game, but it's been full of action, full of intensity. Syed likely to give this one to Houston. He does. DeFilippis looming. Nice little feint. Tried to take him outside down the line. He couldn't. Oy strong in defence, as he has been 2 or 3 times already in the last minute. Houston. Off to Syed. Back to Houston. Feint the shot. Syed got it back. And the shot just wide. Here comes Braza down the line. Syed defending. Oy gets it out to his man on the line. Defended well there by DeFilippis. And Raul Pereira in that far corner. Couldn't quite possess it. Now DeFilippis and Neves combining. Neves has a man there. Couldn't quite get it through. Dangerous position to turn the ball over. Oy goes out to Ban. What can I do here? It wasn't Oy, that was Pereira, my apologies. Oy. Ban leaves it for Pereira. Out to James. Back to Ban. Defended by Neves. Ban beats him. Taking it across the face of the court, and he'll lose it. But they'll retain possession here. Juan James. Ban. Puts the ball long through the middle. Here's an opportunity. Chance. Defenders get back there for Inter. Opportunity for Ban. It was a good shot. Probably needed a bit more top corner on that one to trouble the keeper of Formato's quality. Ben will have another chance here. And the deflection could have gone anywhere there. And now Inter moving the ball up forward. Here's Syed. He might turn backwards. He will. Neves can't get it through. Cleared. Neves will retain possession here for another offensive attack coming up for Inter. Braza holding up strong defensively, coming off the confidence of that big win last week. Here's Syed, defended by Oi. Oi is getting in there strong, using his body, pushing him further and further back towards Formato. And he's going to lose it. Well done by Oi. Bit of a shove at the end as well. Syed not happy. Ban. We'll reset. Pereira. Gives it off to Oi. Pereira. Might be a turnover here. The Philippus almost wins it. But a good bit of footwork getting around two players and copping a boot to the head. The referee comes in to stop the play rightfully after a bullet paste the ball straight to the noggin of Raul Pereira. And we'll see what Inter can do with this next offensive play as the referee just has a chat with him to make sure he's all right.
So referee Tom Glavovich restarting with a drop ball. Neves, De Philippis back to Neves. Now Lander. Neves looks for the ball over the top to Lander, and it's a good one. But it was a hard angle to shoot from. Was unable to test Page there. Page got his throw all wrong and ended up hitting the ceiling, so an interside ball. Neves. Syed, ill-directed with the touch. Vanegas. Pereira. Harness. Lander looks to thread it through. Vanegas on it once more, shoots from range and forces Formato into action once more. And it's been Stirling here with the bulk of the chances, not that clear cut, but Formato has definitely been more busy than JP Page in the Braza goal. And Vanegas again trying to work Formato, this time into defence, getting in the way and blocking it. Escobar back on field for Stirling. Pereira, Vanegas, trying to make some space, couldn't find any. Escobar, Vanegas, ball in the middle, Pereira. He turned well, but just got a bit too far away from him to shoot on the second touch. Lander not going to be able to keep that one in. Poor pass from Neves sees possession change hands. And only 7 minutes gone in the affair so far. Scores still locked at 0-0. We can break the deadlock first. Stirling, in all honesty, look the more likely to do so. Escobar. Harness back to Escobar. In the centre, Vanegas looks to thread it through to Escobar, but couldn't. Syed driving up the other end, knocks it back for Lander. Ball out wide and Neves. De Philippis. Syed, broadcast side, plays it across. Neves goes for a run through the centre, and Escobar's caught him late. So, a chance now for Inter to work a set play and test out JP Page. Approximately 10 metres out from goal. Alagoda, Jahel and Houston all on. Perhaps just for the set play. Houston lays it off, Alagoda, Jahel into the middle. And Houston Couldn't direct it over the goal line, but into have a corner. And they can load up the left foot in a Sean Alagoda. They look to, they do. And Vanegas prevents it from travelling. Yet another corner for Inter. That gets the side ball. Similar position though. In the box it goes. And Neves going to be got more on that one. Page up the other end. Pereira battling for it with Alagoda. Jahel. Alagoda cuts inside. Now for Houston. Ball forward, Alagoda. Great touch. Can he lay it back off for Houston? Page does enough. Houston. Samir Ali on straight into the action with a strike, but high wide and not so handsome. Page, short for Escobar. Ball in the centre, Vanegas trying to turn beyond Houston, but couldn't. Gives it away. Alagoda now. Back for Houston. The switches play and finds Jahel. A diagonal pass from Jahel to Houston, cut out. Now Pereira's on the break, looks for the layoff. But Morali Azimi there to provide the vital touch. An expensive a corner. Fabian Cordova on now for his first minutes of the contest. Corner Stirling yet again, and Pereira. The first time effort nowhere near the target. Amato. He looks long for Azimi. Page comes out to field. Throw that one at the head of Escobar, who did well to knock it back for Pereira. Cordova, double teamed. Pereira comes away with it somehow. Pressure on him from Houston. Pereira still going though. And that would have been some finish, but the shot drizzled past the post. Famato relieved to watch it go wide. And Hawks partially exposed there. Great run from where Pereira was being marshalled by a couple of defenders, but still managed to find a shot on goal. Vanegas. Under pressure from Houston. Twisting and turning, has to be careful here. Has maybe done a bit too much. Houston just pokes it out of play. Good result for Stirling. As Ban, the captain, comes back on. So too Nicholas Canast. Vanegas to Ban. Page out off his line and gives it away, but somehow wins it back. Braza almost giving one away cheaply there. Maybe now they have. Cordova shouldn't be dribbling there. Alagoda looks to square it. And Cordova has had to make amends. He's given away the foul. And a chance for Inter. Try and cook something up from the set piece. They've got Alagoda here, the left footer, who they'll put on the far side of the court. Jahel can look to screen for the ball across, and does. It comes to Alagoda. Didn't catch it as sweetly as he would have liked to. And Page, happy to see that one go wide. Cordova tries to beat Houston. Good tackle from the captain. Jahel has his pass blocked by Cordova. Side ball Inter. Alagoda for Jahel. And that's Houston centering ball to Azimi. Houston knocks it back for Alagoda. Azimi didn't get the angles right with the turn, but the idea is there. Vanegas across now to Nicholas Canast. Now for Ban, down the line, Cordova finds a way beyond Jahel, but Azimi there in the nick of time to second defend.
Absolutely, and now we have a chance for Braza from the corner. Canast goes long to the back post, but no one there. A wasted ball will give Formato a chance to set up into Perth with another offensive opportunity. Long ball, tries to find Azimi and does. He's got a chance here, kicks it over the back of his head. Alagoda goes high. Massive opportunity. Goes begging, and still, with everything that's happened in this first 10 minutes of this half, no goals on the board as Formato will take this one. Let it run straight out into touch. Fairly even game when it comes to, I think, possession. Inter Perth may have had that bit more. They've always been very good at controlling the ball, as you see Azimi here, back to Ches Houston. Alagoda tries to take Venegas down the line. He's going to lose it, and Venegas expertly protects the space and resets. Ban. Long to Venegas. Good ball, but there might be too much on it. It was a perfect ball, but in the end, Jahel gets back in time, just in the nick of time, to prevent a potential ball to the back post, or a potential ball that may have even challenged Formato by Venegas. Here's Ban. Chooses not to take on Houston, and Venegas hits the post. Massive opportunity for Stirling Braza Ginga to take the lead in this game. And now Nagendran, defended tightly by Venegas. Alagoda, Houston, Jahel back to Ches Houston. Finds Nagendran. Slowly moves the ball up patiently. Alagoda, Jahel. Tries to take Nicholas Canas down the line, and Canas wins. He wins the battle and possession. Ban. Venegas running. Long down the line. Probably should have gone to it earlier. He had him. And in the end, the ball goes to no one. And a top opportunity for Nagendran. Can't quite beat the keeper there. And that chance came really out of nowhere. Ban. Canast. Can't find anyone. Ban fighting for this, keeps it in well. Canast. Moving the ball forward. Here's an opportunity. Houston defending tightly. Ban. Heads back, and Braza will look to build here. The Canast thought there was someone moving. They're not happy. They want a foul called by the ref. There won't be any. And Michael De Philippus will take possession here. Alagoda goes long to Nagendran. That one won't trouble the keeper at all. Nagendran, always a strong body, up when you get close to goals. Here's an opportunity. Bang, can't quite get there. Nagendran just got his right boot in, just in the nick of time. Ban. Brings it in and hits the post. Can't tell if that was on the outside of the side netting or if that was the post itself, but a good opportunity nevertheless. Here's Syed running. This is a chance, but well defended there by Braza. Syed will take the ball in a threatening spot here. Wouldn't want any lapse of concentration here, Braza, against a team of the quality of Inter Perth Futsal. Formato moves the ball up. He has De Philippus presenting, or he might go all the way himself. We've seen it done before. He finds Houston, who does well to keep it in. That's going to be off band. Got there in time. Didn't seem too fast there, Houston. Nagendran, can he turn it around? He can! And a ball that he didn't get much on. Caused a bit of trouble, almost found that bottom left corner. As Band moves the ball around in defence, Canas now. He'll go long, he won't find anyone. That ball, Inter Perth all over that one. He had caught over in the area, but never really near him. Here's Syed to Nagendran, back out to Houston. Good ball through to De Philippus. This is an opportunity. De Philippus gets it back. Well defended there by Braza. Bit of physicality in the corner. Who's going to win that? It's going to be a Braza. No, it's going to be an Inter Perth ball with 6 minutes and 56 seconds left in this first half. Can Inter Perth get the breakthrough that both teams are so desperately looking for? Houston, little feint, chance. The ball will be cleared. Won't trouble anyone, and they'll have another opportunity in a very similar position here, Inter Perth. Houston has Nagendran, Syed, and De Philippus to choose from. Tries to get it to Nagendran. Bang gets his boot in. And he defends that well, forcing a sideline ball for Ches Houston. coach of Stirling telling his team to stay focused, and that they do on this possession anyway. They've done well to stay in this one, riding the high of last week's win. Trying to make it back-to-back, and how impressive would it be for Stirling to beat South Perth and Inter Perth in 2 consecutive weeks. They won't call a foul, they'll say the keeper went down. Syed said he didn't touch him. Syed's going to win it, the keeper's out of goals! And Ban saves a certain goal. The Stirling Braza keeper went charging, and now he's worse for wear. Nagendran looking out for his opposing goalkeeper as the play comes to a halt for just a moment. Juan James, Josh Ban and Jaden Oy currently talking a bit of strategy, trying to work out if they can work a way to get a hold through this Inter Perth defence, because right now what we've seen Inter Perth control the majority of this game despite not it showing on the scoreboard. If it does continue, it may be a matter of time. But Stirling would have taken this coming into this one. Not trailing, 14 minutes into it. Nagendran does well, probably a bit too much on the touch, but he ends up recovering, keeping possession, doing very well to Neves, who's just come on. Here's Syed to Neves, almost an own goal. Almost bounces in, but the keeper just gets to it. Oy gives it off. They're playing around with it in a very dangerous position, but they'll clear it now. But the pressure will be coming straight back by the looks of things. Formato, De Philippis finds Neves. De Philippis will win it back. We've got a 2-on-1 here. If he can get it to Nagendran, he can't. Well defended. That was John Page in goals, as they now develop a thwart forward. Ban. Pereira. A bit of movement. Ban was involved and saved at the bottom right corner by Formato. That shot was by Juan James, creating a bit of problems there for Formato, but still always looking solid. We have a corner ball here. Can Braza get this first breakthrough that we've been waiting for? Oy moving. Ban goes for another worldly shot, which never really was going to trouble Formato.
Formato short to Syed. Neves leaves it for De Philippis. De Philippis finds him, that's good play. Syed with a chance here. Look for the layoff to Neves, didn't quite come to fruition. Pereira. Into side ball. Syed to Philippis. Neves, broadcast side of the court. Land up in the centre. Syed almost loses it, somehow gets it back though. Neves shoots from distance. And John Page is equal to the task. Vanikas, Neves for Lander, can load the cannon. Doesn't quite get the opportunity to do so. Now it's for Braza. Pereira just instructing his side to slow the game down a little bit. Pereira on it once more. Vanikas. Into step a bit higher here. Vanikas. Pereira. Good ball through for whose touch lets him down, but luckily gets it back to Ban. Lovely ball. Pereira. Good touch. Couldn't cut beyond Syed though. Well defended, Lukman Syed. Now Inter on a counter-attack of their own. Through the centre comes Neves. His effort wide of the target. Page. For Vanigas. Good first touch to bring it down. Out wide. Just rolling under the foot of there. Who can break this stalemate? First goal. And this one gonna be Crucial, that's for sure, as we head toward half-time. Still we're level, still we're goalless. If either of these sides can get one before the break, it will very much change what gets talked about at half-time, as in games like this with goals few and far between, you can quite often sit deep on a one-goal lead and really force the opposition to come out to you. It's a bit like a chess game at the moment. No one really want to make that first move. Neves, a chance here. Page, good stop. Again for Neves, landing it. They want a high boot. They want a penalty, but I think the referees are righteous in not giving it. Centering ball, Page gathers it. Short for Pereira. Now Ban to the wing. Vanegas standing up. Alagoda somehow gets beyond him. Alagoda not giving up though. The foul's gone against Inter. Almost looked like a 50-50 to me. Stirling probably too far out to score unless they work something miraculous from here. Scoring Burnett on for his first minutes of the clash. Ban. Shot comes in. High wide and not so handsome. Tomato short to Alagoda. Across to Danilo Neves. Alagoda makes the run in behind. Vanegas, last line of defence, does well. Burnett. Chahel. Alagoda. Neves. One-on-one with Pereira. Has Azimi and uses him. Good switch, Azimi. Nice ball to Alagoda, who didn't manage to cut in. Now Pereira's on the break. Good move, Pereira! And again, Raul Pereira could have had 2 goal of the weeks in this first half, but a shot just missing yet again. Inter perhaps with a let-off. Pereira is so threatening on the counter. It's something that Inter have to be aware of. Azimi, Alagoda, Chahel for Houston, standing up Ban, gets beyond Ban, has Chahel teeing up at the back post, but just couldn't arrive in time. Page, short for Ban, Burnett, Ban. Oh, that's a lovely ball through. Vanegas on the end of it. Manages to keep it in, not quite. Alagoda. Chahel into playing into the 4-0, trying to find space behind that Stirling defence. Chahel goes at it with Pereira, who comes off the better and wins possession back for his side. Burnett. Vanegas. Ban skips beyond Azimi with ease. Ball in the centre. Vanegas looks for the return ball back to Ban. Now Chahel and a counter-attack of his own. Alagoda out wide. Delays it perhaps a little bit too much. Houston, Braza back in numbers. Azimi. Alagoda, Houston. Chips it forward for Alagoda. Pereira heads up in the air. Back to Houston. Chahel on the far side. Instructing Azimi to stay wide. Houston. Alagoda has a bit of space here. Cuts inside. Still has it. Vanegas breaking away. Still going Vanegas. Poor ricochet off him and out of play. Chahel. Azimi. Alagoda. Chahel for Houston. Gets beyond Escobar nicely. and drives one toward that bottom corner. But Page with a brilliant reflex save. And he looks like he's hurt his finger in the process there, JP Page. But I'm sure he'll say the pain was worthwhile to keep out a shot of that nature. Houston just toying with Escobar on the wing that time, who really did buy the fake shot. And earns the corner for his troubles. Jahel gets it in short and tried to make some space on his left. Trickled out of play. And with just over a minute to go before halftime, Stirling have a side ball. Good ball forward to Burnett. Strong in the challenge was Alagoda. Here's Zemi here. Off Pereira, side ball to come.
As Inter Perth will now take possession with a minute to go in this first half. Can one team break through? Houston, defended tightly, cuts the ball through the centre, finds his man in the bottom, finds Alagoda. Jahel could line up here, and Ban gets in the way. It was a good opportunity there, it was good movement by Inter Perth. And with 48 seconds to go, they'll be really looking to put one through, to give them the momentum. And that one almost got through there to Azimi. Can they hold on? They got Pereira in defence, they've got Band there. Houston looking ominous. Well defended by Pereira. Pereira tried to get a boot to that one, and that's not going to trouble anyone. Formato clears it, and Braza will take possession with 37 seconds to go. Houston and Azimi not allowing Braza to move the ball in defence. Band brings the ball up. Had two options up close to goals and split the middle of them. Didn't find either. Houston. Jahel. They might try and wait this out for one shot, not to give Braza a chance, and they might lose it here. They won't. Jahel keeps it. Azimi presenting. Will probably give it back to Jahel. He will. Now he's got Houston. Captain Ches Houston tried to find Jahel at the back post and couldn't. But they'll get another shot with 8 seconds to go. What have they drawn up for this scenario? 8 seconds and a half. Houston might just have a crack. He will! And saved there by John Page with really no time going off the clock, so a bit of a free hit there for Houston. He'll get another one here. Jahel presenting. He'll go to Alagoda in the middle. And that sails over John Page and the goal, the crossbar there. 6 seconds to go. Maybe one last opportunity here. Ban, touch a bit heavy. Pereira will be happy to run this one out. And that will do us for the first half.
What a first half that was. Scores currently still locked at 0-0. Both sides have had their chances, but neither able to find that finishing touch. It's been tight, tactical and full of energy. Everything you'd expect from a game like this. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly with all the action from the second half. Half about to kick off, and it's all to play for Internationale and Stirling. Could not be separated in the first 20, but you get the feeling something's got to give soon as Jahel losing out to Pereira, who just ran out of real estate on that far side. Jahel will get it back. Alagoda, same four that ended the first half for Inter, back on the court to start the second. Jahel, Alagoda, Houston, couldn't get beyond Ban. In fact, it's Jaimes rather with a strong challenge and has a shot off the upright. Houston, rare giveaway from him, almost was punished. Juan Jaimes with a blistering counter-attack. Famato is beaten. The upright coming to the rescue for Inter. Famato, long ball forward, Alagoda, couldn't get the touch right. Page will watch it over.
Dan, good ball. Nish, have a better touch.
Page, in the centre it comes. Jaimes loses out. Canast just about gets his pass away to Vanegas. Back to Canast. Canast once more. Vanegas, Stirling keeping possession nicely. Good ball in between lines from Canast. There's Zemi. Just got his angles wrong there with the pass to Jahel. Jaimes. Vanegas. Little flick down the line. Azemi in the way. For Alagoda now. Houston in the middle. Azemi back out to Houston. Jahel facing Jaimes. Good ball out. Jahel with the follow-up strike, but blazing it over the crossbar. Page has to run to Vanegas and looks for him. Good first touch, Vanegas. Gets the effort off, but in up the near side it went. It's Danilo Neves back on for Inter. Azemi off to the bench for a rest. Neves, Alagoda under pressure here, does well to find Houston though. Plenty of space for Houston. Slows it down, gives it back to Alagoda. Jahel on the near side. Alagoda, Neves, standing up, cuts inside. And couldn't divert it towards Jahel. Big challenge coming in from Alagoda, high press from Inter. And Famato off his line to field. Bit of fly keeper play from Inter. Famato getting involved in the action. Another touch on it, has it.
Hey, Dan's out there. Be smart, Dan.
Neves just poking it away. Page is going to want to have a shot. No, he won't. Short ball to Vanegas, who just dinks it down the line aimlessly. Had no real options. Sayed on for his first stint of the second half. Jahel, plenty of space to advance forward. Gets the ball stuck underneath him though. Neves, Sayed, nice turn, still going Sayed, somehow still has it. Loses out in the end to Canast, who's weaving in danger. He does well there, Jaimes finds. Good ball, Canast. Tried to send it to the back post. It earned Stirling a corner. They're going to look to let it run through for Vanegas, you'd think. They do. It's a poor set play. And Inter will get it back from the sideline. Houston. Jahel. Houston. In the centre. It's Lukman Sayed. Jahel. Neves. Nowhere to go. Jahel. Houston. Does well there, Houston. Sayed into the centre. Neves. Good first touch in the conditions. And Famato off his line again, has a shot. Page. Smart stop. Neves ran across him as the ball came through, so would have been in doubt for a moment. But the state team goalkeeper holding up well there for Stirling. Jahel stings the Palmer Page yet again. Jahel might get another part of the cherry. Neves will. Spills out to Vanegas in the centre. Now Stirling can clear on the break. James finds a way through somehow. Looks for the back post, but comfortable for Famaro.
Unbelievable scenes. 3 or 4 unbelievable chances for Inter Perth. And Braza somehow managed to thwart them off. And they are still in this game. Nothing is separating these teams. Here's Neves, but somehow these teams still can't be separated despite all of the opportunities and the intensity of this game from the get-go. Vanegas moves it forward here through the middle band. That ball is going to be just overcooked and out of his reach as Houston regains possession here. That ball was from Fabio Cordova. As now Neves. Syed back to Neves and now to De Philippis, who's come on. De Philippis will get this from Neves. Can't quite get the touch and it's going to be a Braza ball as Vanegas helps up De Philippis on the far sideline. Here's Ben at Pereira, dangerous ball. Tried to turn Syed and they're going to call the foul for the contact on Syed. Probably needed the foul really, because if he was turned there, he was in a bit of trouble and they would have had men on in Cordova.
I hear you.
Ban, Vanegas, Pereira and Cordova. The current Braza lineup trying to break through this Inter Perth futsal defence. As the referee just cleans up a bit of spillage on the court. Before Josh Ban will take possession in defence, seeing if they can break through the defence now. Vanegas might cut it across the face through the middle, he does. Finds Cordova, back to Vanegas who loses it. Ball was on his outside, couldn't control it. And John Page, no nonsense about it, just clears it. Rids the danger for Braza. As Syed will now take. Remarkable that there hasn't been a goal scored in this game, but there's been a lot going on throughout from the get-go. And they move it through. Syed here tries to cut it in, can't get the ball through. Vanegas in the way. Vanegas steps over the ball a few times, trying to take it past Syed, almost does. And Syed, solid in defence, clears. Vanegas can't find anyone there. Cannot find his man. He had Pereira in a dangerous position, but to no avail. As now De Philippis will take. He'll go long, I think. That's a good ball. Alagoda didn't get to it, but got close enough to the point where John Page had to clear it. And Inter will retain possession. Here's Lander, Alagoda. Might pass it across the face, he will. He'll find De Philippis, back to Alagoda to reset. Finds De Philippis and can't quite chip Page. But a great idea, the execution wasn't quite there. But if they continue a bit of that play, they may be able to break through this Braza defense if they're gonna play around with it like this anyway. Ban slips, pressure here by Lander. Ban, Vanegas turns De Philippis and gets by him down the flank. Still going. And Alagoda saves the day. Formato will take. And Alagoda will now reset. And they'll move the ball through defence, through Syed. Slowly progressing the ball up through Lander. Syed has De Philippis to his left, who he uses. Defended tightly by Pereira. Now through the middle, out to Alagoda. Now he kept it through the middle. And that was going in. That was going in the whole way, but John Page gets there, forcing a corner, which I'm sure Syed and Inter will be happy with. Can they make the most of this opportunity now? De Philippus, Alagoda has a crack.
Corner, corner.
And high deflection is called, and Inter will have another corner. Stirling have been defending for quite a large portion of this game, and they've done well. A mixture of good defense, good goalkeeping, and Inter not quite making the most of their opportunities, just like this one. Pereira goes down. They're going to call a foul. Pereira is hurt. And it will be a Stirling Braza Ginga ball. Discussion between Syed and the Braza players. Syed doesn't believe it was a foul. I believe he fell over. Or may have had his foot stood on. Not by a Inter player. He did go down. It was a debatable decision, but they've called it nevertheless. And Pereira is hurt, which is the most important thing here. Syed confirming it was a foul. He was not complaining.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive blow for Stirling if Royal Pereira is injured and out for the rest of the game. And judging by the way he's come to his feet, it does look like it is quite a serious injury. Unable to put any weight on his right knee. Well, Braza, they're going to have to dig deep without one of their star men, and for Inter, it might be one of the dark arts of the game, but the injury to one of Stirling's better players will suit them nicely, and they can look to push on for that opening goal. Syed, not the kind of player that would ever intend for something like that to happen, but whenever you foul, there's always that risk, and it looks like Royal Pereira's night will be over, and potentially his month. It's Alagoda, good move, can they open this scoring? Lander was at the back post, it just went beyond him.
High, stay high.
Sterling, who already suffered a major blow moments earlier, almost had another one there. They look to go up the other end themselves. Syed heads clear. Ban to Canast. Cordoba. Ban again. Escobar. Canast. Dinked it down the line to Escobar, who's in a full race with De Philippus, and a little nudge in his back sees the foul awarded Inter's way. De Philippus. Syed. They're looking for Lander in the pivot position. Lander does well to slide it out to Alagoda. Syed forward for Lander. Got to help it onto De Philippus with the back heel. Side ball in Inter's favour. Alagoda on the near side. Dribbles into the centre, still going. Back rolls it forward to Philippus. Lander. First time hit through the centre. Blocked away by Ban. Lander has a drive. Just wide of that top right-hand corner. JP Page just slowing it down, taking his head guard off. Allowing himself to breathe and goes for the long throw immediately. That's a good throw. Cordoba into Famato. And the penalty's been awarded Stirling's way. Well, the foul has been given. It's just whether it's in or outside the box. It looks like it's been classed just outside, has it? In fact, no. The referee is pointing to the spot. Okay, so it's a very central free kick, and it must be on the absolute cusp of the Northern Hawks D. So they will have a wall in place. It almost looked inside to me, but I wasn't sure. It was a foul myself. Nevertheless, Josh Ban with a golden opportunity to open the scoring for Stirling tonight. Straight into the wall, they want a handball. It got stuck between the two defenders. Haven't seen that one happen before. Hawks snuff out the danger to Philippus. And the free kick has been awarded this time around. Free kick right at the halfway line for Stirling, who looked to be inspired. They picked up some momentum. It's Escobar there trying to connect with Cordova. Pass was perhaps a little offline. Syed into playing into that 4-0. De Philippus looks for the long switch. Pass cut out by Canas. 3-on-2 for Stirling. Ball out wide and back across. Escobar could have hit it first time. Could have taken a better touch than that, but it slipped under his foot. And another let off for Inter. Famato for Syed now. Good one to Philippus. He's all alone. To Philippus. Big save, Page. Danger not cleared yet. It's ricocheted off Neves and hit Page square in the face. And Page looks to be in a lot of pain. But this will suit Stirling. Now, when you concede a chance that blatant, when the defending is that poor for the moment, Page just allowing Stirling to catch their breath and regroup after a heroic save is definitely not a bad tactic. You see keepers at the highest level do it all the time. If their team starts to lose grip of the game, they've had to make 2 or 3 saves in a row, they'll just go down injured. Whether Page is actually injured or not, it's hard to say, but for Stirling's sake, they'll hope he can carry on because they've already got one of their star men down in Pereira. And it doesn't look like they've got a backup goalkeeper on the bench, and Page has been absolutely instrumental in keeping the score the way it has been so far. And he gingerly has come to his feet, hasn't put the headgear back on yet, just catching his breath for a moment. Walking solemnly back to his line, JP Page. Will it be an inter-sideline ball as Page gets the headgear back on, so he's ready to go. Side ball Inter. Nick Endren occupying the pivot space. Syed looks for him. Vanegas gets in front and heads away. They're trying to burst through. Famato, good composure. Centering ball, good to Nick Endren, who holds up well, knocks it back for Houston. Lukman Syed, Nick Endren. Out wide it comes to Houston in the centre. Syed cuts inside on the right, couldn't manufacture enough space for a shot. 2-on-1 Stirling, Jaimez! Didn't strike it cleanly. Famato, it was awkward for him to deal with, but did enough in the end. In the centre it goes. Ooh, Ban, back to Ooh. Now Vanegas. Ban, little flick in the centre. Famato happy to collect it.
And Inter will take possession back through Houston. Neves, defended but strongly by Vanegas, and Vanegas can take off down the line. Broadcast end, Vanegas, nowhere near it. Good opportunity, but couldn't get the connection he was after. And Stirling Braza are still in this game. The injury to Pereira hasn't stopped their ability to move the ball. Pereira was a big part of it, but they're still finding a way to move this ball and create opportunities to challenge Formato, make him work. John John Page does seem fine now, and Houston loses control of it on our end, the broadcast end of this court, of the pitch. And they've got possession now with Nagendran defending Vanegas. Here's Gomez, who goes down. No foul called, he's still down in the middle, and the ref's going to call a stop to the play. James is down. Is he hurt? Is he buying time for a bit of a breather for his Braza teammates to try and gain some momentum in this one? Not sure, he looks fine now. We don't know, but anyway, the facts are it is still scoreless in this game, and there have been 3 players for Braza right now go down. 1 has gone off and 2 are still playing and looking fairly good. Braza will take possession through Josh Ban. A goal in this game is like gold. There may only be one, it might be next goal wins. It is crucial. Vanegas can't keep control of that one. It was a good ball by Ban, I believe it was. And now Jahel will take possession back. And Neves brings it into play now. Here's Houston. Into the centre, to Neves, back to Houston, through to Nagendran, at the pivot, out to Neves, Nagendran can't finish, Page will go quick, he's got his man who can't finish. Formato, they'll reset through Neves. Jahel, Nagendran tries to take on Ban up the line, chooses that is not the best option. Who'll receive it here and give it out to Danilo Neves. Amar Jahel cuts in board. And that ball will go out. Vanegas is down, and they're going to call another foul on Inter Perth. They're pushing it now. They've had a number of fouls. That looks like 5 fouls with still just under 10 minutes left on the clock. That is 5 fouls, which is going to present a massive challenge for the Inter Perth defence to stop the attack of Braza without contact, because any foul now will gift a penalty kick, a 10-metre penalty to Stirling, as that one is taken by Formato. Here's Jahel up the line, bit of a heavy touch. Ban clears it, and doesn't he love it? The touch by Jahel, though, prevented the opportunity. He had Nagendran on at that back post. It would have been a massive chance, as now Formato gets involved. He may have a shot here, he won't. He'll go down to the corner to Neves, and Formato finishes! Top corner by Daniel Formato, as he's done so often. And the passion by the Inter Perth players. They are up and about, and don't they love it? Formato puts Inter in front, and will that be enough, or can Braza respond? So often, when his team needs it, he stands up, and this time is like no other. It's like any other, as now Braza need to respond. They can't panic, there is still a large amount of time, almost 10 minutes of clock left. And the passion came out there from the Inter players after frustration at the number of Braza players going down. Here's Houston. Neves, they could make it 2-0, 2 goals in a minute perhaps. Jahel. And that one is blocked by Cordova, but Jahel will keep possession. Nagendran looming. He won't get that one. Neves goes straight to Formato. Formato might go for 2 in a minute. That chip goes straight into the middle of Neves and Nagendran as John Page takes the ball back. Here goes Ban. Braza moving the ball up the line. That was Cordova who couldn't keep it in, as Houston will now take possession. Neves, defended by Cordova. Jahel, Houston in the centre. The Gendron is found by Jahel. He'll give it back. Won't find anyone. Formato will reset. And he'll go long, try and find Neves. Probably too much on that one. And John Page will happily let that roll past him. And here's Ban. Across the face of goals, always risky, but had space. Formato, not troubled there. Gives it off to Houston, to Neves, back to Ches Houston, the captain. Jahel, 8 minutes to go. They can play that possession game now unless Braza play a bit of a press and don't let that happen. They're trying to put pressure on now. Here's Neves, Jahel, defended by Cordova. Jahel will keep going backwards. Canas now putting pressure on. Bit of uncertainty there. Houston tries to go down the line on Cordova. He does. That is unbelievable by Ches Houston to keep the ball there. Beautiful footwork. John Page not troubled though. As Dan off to Vanegas, keeps it in, does he? He does. And it's going to be a Stirling ball through Wesley Vanegas. Josh Band will be the safe option here, but he goes into the middle to Cordova. That one won't be reached by Canas. 8 minutes and just under 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go for Braza to get an equaliser or for Inter to try and put this game beyond doubt. Here's Syed. Alagoda. Jahel back to Alagoda and out to Lukman Syed. They will do this all day until they're forced to push this ball with a lead now. Trying to slowly build this play up, find a gap in the defence, and they may have there, but Vanegas gets in the way. And he keeps possession, moving the ball forward straight into the feet of Daniel Formato, but that was huge by Vanegas because it looks like a ball could have got through there and it would have been 1-on-1 with John Page and goals. Here's Ban. Chance. Cordova can't do anything with that one. Formato, good ball to Alagoda. He's got a 1-on-1 here with Ban. Good footwork here, keeps it, and in comes the Stirling defence to force a corner, have they called? They have called a corner, so Inter will now take possession and see what they can do, potentially troubling Stirling.
Alagoda to bring it in for Syed. Ball across the face of goal. Azimi couldn't divert it goal bound, but they'll have another bite of the cherry here. Corner from the opposite side, and you know what they'll be looking to set up. It's another go-to strike. Not one of his finer efforts, which sets Vanegas on the break. Jahel can't afford to foul, just sends it out into touch. And that's going to be the golden ticket here for Stirling. Inter being on 5 fouls with still 7 minutes to play. They're walking on eggshells, they really are. Return, Vanegas manufactures just enough space to let a left foot strike off, but in at the near post it went. Alagoda to Syed, back to Alagoda. Jahel, Azimi, back to Jahel. Alagoda, Jahel, Alagoda. Sorry, it's Azimi. Now it's Alagoda. A step over, cross the shoulder, cuts inside, gives it back to Jahel. Syed. Alagoda has a drive. Wide of the target as Jadenu back on for Stirling. Ban. Canas looks to loft it over the top. Azimi pressing right off the bat. Ban. Good hold-up play. Does really well there, Ban. Just about gets it out to Cordova. Now it's Jadenu. Canas. Ban. In the centre, Cordova. Nice one too. Ban just couldn't get around the end of it. Alagoda short for Syed. Jahel, Azimi, good interception, Canas. Toe poke. Ooh, wanted it square. Good save for Marto, who's done it at both ends for Inter, scorer of the goal, and has bailed them out twice as of late, with two really good saves off the boot of Vanagaz and just then Canast. 5.5 to go. Can Stirling dig deep and push for that equaliser, same way they did in the semi-final, and Canast has gone down. He's definitely looking for it. The ref didn't buy it for a moment. Maybe Canast is injured, but there's all the more incentive on 5 fouls to try and milk it as much as you can when you do get clipped, and you can't blame him. As if Braza do go to that spot with Vanagaz or the likes of Josh Van as well, they're going to put Formato in a very precarious situation, and it's a golden ticket for them to snatch all 3 points. Hawks have been on 5 fouls for the last 4.5 minutes and have been well behaved since. But nevertheless, I've seen challenges like that called before. Malako stood firm in the decision and not awarding that one on that occasion. Ball through from Syed. Ban hesitant to the centre where Canast is lurking. Good hold up play, Canast flicks it out wide. Ban tries to beat Chahel and flashes it across the face of goal, but it looked like he may have ran out of territory on the far side before he got the cross in. Five minutes on the dot now. That's how long the Hawks, that's how long Inter have to hold on. Ooh, Cordova back to Ooh. Only 3 subs on the bench for Stirling due to Pereira's injury. They're going to have to dig deep and really work as hard as they possibly can to outwork this much larger Inter bench. We're happy to just sit back and defend this lead. Will Formato's goal be decisive? Not often you see a goalkeeper scoring in the 1-goal win, but it just goes to show how important his versatility can be. Syed, reverse ball to Philippis, good flick on. Shipped in the centre, Bylander didn't come off. Centering ball, Cordova. Turns well. Tries to flick it through for Canast. Cordova hunting down Syed and wins it back for Stirling. Ooh! Went down easy again there, you'd have to say, to Philippis around the outside of him. And Stirling have to be careful here. The boy that cried Wolf coming into play. The ref's not going to believe him. They actually do get fouled if they just keep flopping every time they get touched. The referee is always a little bit more hesitant to call that 6th foul than they are the first 5, and you can see it coming into play there. Syed, Cordova, sprung in the challenge, sends it into the grandstand. Syed to bring it back into play. Lander, switch of play, that's lovely. Aligoda, still calling Aligoda. Touch was too heavy, somehow hangs on to it. And looked to throw it through for Lander, who couldn't add the finishing touch. Ooh, under pressure here, strong for options. Almost squeezed it through to Cordova, but couldn't. Formato just slowing the game down, allowing Inter to reset. Aligoda, nice touch. Lander holds up well. Aligoda dealing with the pressure well, maybe not so well. Jaden Ooh with a chance. And again, Ooh going down, but I don't really think there was anything in it. Ban appealing for it. Referee not buying it. Tom Glavovich had a perfect view. He was strong in the decision. And Braza, they know their best avenue back into the match. Trying to earn that 6th foul. Kinas in a tussle with Syed, who has to be careful here. Ooh, switch of play ban. DeFilippis gets a toe in there. Ooh, awkward from Ooh, just runs it into touch. Houston, Alagoda. He was caught late by ban. No protesting there from the Stirling captain. And he's going to find himself being cautioned here. Frustration perhaps, but unnecessary as now he's walking on eggshells. Can't make a professional foul if he has to, or else he'll be off. A needless yellow card, that one, but perhaps frustration from the other couple of challenges that the Stirling boys think should have been called. DeFilippis, reverse ball. Alagoda won't get there. He just lets it run over. And Braza call the timeout. Just over 3 minutes to go now. The business end of the match is upon us. Stirling will just take a moment to regroup and re-strategize. Gus Fontana trying to rally his troops. Pereira still injured. He won't be able to partake in the rest of the match, and it was a big blow for them because it was their most threatening attacking outlet in the first half. Very nearly could have had 1 or even 2 goals with a couple of solo runs he manufactured. It was Sayed's challenge which ended his evening. Stirling soaking up every second of this timeout that they can. Gus Fontana and his man, they need to dig deep. We saw them do it the last time these two sides met in the semi-final. They sent the game into extra time despite losing the league encounter 5-1. So it goes to show how much they improved over the course of the last few months of last season. They have kept Inter honest today. They really had to work for this solitary goal they found. And the result, still very much not set in stone. Stirling gonna throw balls to the wall with the flight keeper. Caution thrown to the wind, and with that the Kitchens sink it into. Ban has to get to the bench quickly. Page on his line. Vanagas looks like he's going to go to the book now. So Stirling's 2 best players on a caution. Perhaps a more valid one in that from Vanagas, just preventing Inter from taking the sideline ball quickly. DeFilippis, high press here coming in from James. Ball through, Houston, this will seal it! And he cannot stop the line, it's what he does best. A brilliant sliding effort to prevent Inter rather from stealing all 3 points tonight and leaving Stirling in with a fighting chance. Neves plays it off Vanagas. 2.5 to go. Houston, that's a good first touch. Goes down the line. Neves, brilliant feed. Tries to square it to where DeFilippis was waiting but couldn't. Corner Inter. Alagoda can get active. Neves looked into the middle. Counter-attack might be on for Stirling. In fact, no. They'll try and set the fly keeper up. Page just gives that one away. Didn't have any options. DeFilippis all alone. DeFilippis! That'll seal it for Inter. Canas got the last touch, but it was on target anyway. And They double their advantage with 2:10 left on the clock. Braza Ginga, they're going to need a monumental effort now. We've seen stranger things happen in futsal, but they made their job a whole lot harder and they left Michael de Philippis all alone. The Stirling men did try and get back quickly, but it was too little too late. De Philippis with a scuffed effort almost, but found itself heading for the corner. Canas tried to clear it off the line once again like he did moments earlier off the boot of Houston, but this time just found its way into the back of the net. And Stirling are in fly keeper now. Canas gives it away. Vanegas gets it back though. Still going Vanegas, and that might be goal bound. Just on the wrong side of the post. And into pressing high. Page back on to redistribute. That's a good throw. Houston fends it away from harm's way. Vanegas. Ban. Jaimez. Back rolls it to Vanegas. Ban. Vanegas. Nicholas Canas. Back to Vanegas. 1:30 to go. Braza have to start going forward, but they can't really find an opening in this into defence. They hit Jaimez down the line. Good ball for Mardo. That's a brilliant save, and he doubled his goal tally. Got the angle of the kick wrong, but that was a brilliant save from Famado. A great ball across from Jaimez, and you thought when Ban was lining it up, it was sure to be goal bound. Famado determined to keep his clean sheet intact. Vanegas has nowhere to go. Canas back to Vanegas. In the centre, Stirling Burnett. Vanegas, good ball to Canas. Out wide, Ban with another chance. Look for the back post. Last touch off Houston, side ball Stirling. Upfield it comes to Vanegas. Josh Ban on broadcast side. Vanegas down the line, heavy ball for Jaimez to control. Canas, ball touch, goes in sliding. Vanegas for Ban, might open up for him. That's about a dribble inside. And off Houston. Side ball for Stirling once more. Upfield, Vanegas switches it across to Ban. Half a minute left now. Stirling need a miracle. Jaimez, Vanegas throwing his boot at it. Left for Vanegas to run onto, ball through. Sees possession change hands. So it wasn't on the line. And that might be Stirling's luck out for tonight. Or Inter can just hold on to possession. Run the last 20 seconds off the clock. They'll use Famado as they should. Uses 3 of his 4 seconds before playing a brilliant ball over the top to Houston, who just couldn't control it. Burnett beats Houston, gives it away to Neves. Houston has an empty net. But will just miss fire. 5 seconds to go. Page is going to send it to the hill, but it's not going to matter. Into a 2 good tonight. Dan Famado's second half strike opened the scoring, and it was Michael de Philippis who put the icing on the cake with the sealer. Thank you for joining us throughout all the futsal action tonight. That's round 3 Friday night from Supa-Liga Futsal. My name's John Goodlich. I was joined with Ben Pizzuto. We'll see you from tomorrow, Arvo.